If you shoot films, at some point you're going to want to take the camera off the tripod. So what's the best way to operate a camera when it's moving, beyond just handheld? Well, in 30 years of shooting movies, TV shows, and documentaries, I found one great tool. I call it my ultimate tool, my ultimate device for moving the camera. So what is this ultimate tool that expands your capabilities far beyond just hand holding it? And something that's faster to set up than a gimbal, less expensive, and easily available to anybody. Well, this ultimate tool is the common monopod. Let me show you some cool ways it can be used. The model I use is a Manfrotto 680B because it's one of their most robust models, and it also is the shortest. So it packs away into a carry-on. You can put a small camera with a 1/4-20 on it, or a full-size camera with a 3/8 pin. It's got a retractable collar, so it allows you to use either sized mounting screw. Pretty cool. One of the mistakes that people commit is putting the camera on the monopod. It's generally easier to turn the camera upside down and make sure you leave the monopod compressed, shortest possible, because that gives you much better leverage. So press it in firmly until it catches, and then rotate, tighten, and there you go. One of my favorite capabilities, and one that expands your ability to control the camera greatly, is the low-level tracking shot. In order to accomplish that, extend the monopod till about waist length and turn it upside down. Now that you have it upside down, you can control it. It's got all the weight of a pendulum, and it's very stable. So keeping your knees bent, your legs bent, you can do forward shots, backwards shots, leading shots, following your talent. You can do anything that is low to the ground, angled up, getting those special perspectives. You can do sideways tracking from a low perspective. Wide lenses are usually the best for this sort of thing. And then when you're done in post, you simply flip the image back to right side up. Here's a complex version of the low-level tracking shot for a film that I shot called Ballistic AX. The shot was complicated because it started out at ground level, following and rushing in towards them and rising up to head level into a final close-up. A Steadicam wouldn't have been able to start down this low, and a jib arm wouldn't have been able to cover this amount of space. Another real useful characteristic of the monopod is this. Let's say you're holding a long static shot, nice and stable, of your subject. And now it looks like they're getting ready to move, and they're going to be going into the building, and you're going to have to follow them. So what do? You simply loosen your stage, pick up off the ground, and go with them. Another thing you can do with the monopod is use it as an extreme extension handle. Let's just say you're shooting something down here, low to the ground in the bushes, and let's say that all of a sudden they're leaving, they're taking off, and you've got to use a handle and get up above, and you can do a nice smooth crane shot to get over an obstacle, over a crowd. It extends your reach by up to 6 feet. You can get the camera up 12 feet in the air if you wanted to. And in a matter of a few seconds, you can be back to your ground level. What if you're in a situation where you need to interview two interesting personalities and you've only got one camera? Well, a monopod can help you get some coverage. You can cover both subjects by simply hand holding and adjusting to emphasize one subject or the other. This way you're able to get cutaways or move from one subject to the other depending on what they're saying, follow the flow of the conversation. You're also able to stay on one subject for an extended length of time by putting the monopod on the ground, or simply readjusting to the other subject. There are a number of interesting little moves that you can do in a static position with the monopod, such as little free-floating moves around a subject, which are perfectly smooth and stable, and people will wonder how you're able to do that. Then there's the move in, on something, or out. This can work with a person, a plant, an animal. These are limited range controlled movements that really look good. Here's a third one where it's moving from one object to another. I hope some of this will be helpful out in the field. Let me know how it goes with your comments or questions. And for more helpful videos, subscribe here. See you on location.